All right, folks, moving right along. Let's talk about this. Fox News contributors Joe Concha and David Webb, and Breitbart's John Carney. Joe Concha, so that's it. They're all going to line up behind Biden. It was just a bad night. The other night, what's his name? Garrett Cole from the Yankees. He got hit for 7 or 8 runs, but no problem. Same with Joe Biden. He's going to come back the next time.
The difference with this analogy is that in baseball, there are 162 games per year and then a whole level of playoffs.
That is true.
He's already down to game 7, Joe Biden, because there's only one more debate left, right? Look, this may be one of the most consequential moments in political history in this country. Because think about it. This is a situation where you have Joe Biden's own party, at least they're saying privately, they may want him to step aside. That's never happened before. LBJ left on his own volition, right? Vietnam, health problems. This would be coming from within. So this could be history here at this point. But it is just amazing that Donald Trump agreed to every condition that Joe Biden wanted, except for the sitting down part, right? And still beat him by secretariat proportions. In an away game, you can call it.
Secretary, was it 30 lengths?
23 lengths.
23 lengths,
yeah,
thank you. I've had a bad day on movies. I don't know what it is.
That was real life, Secretary.
John Carney, well, one of the points I've made at the top, and it's a point that was done, we're going to have your editor on in a moment, but Breitbart made this point too. Let's not overlook the fact that Trump was on message, on issues, a masterful performance, okay? Really well prepared. And I was going to ask you, did he growth, opportunity, regulation, tax cuts, drill babe, did he get that done in your judgment?
I think he did. He really honed in on defending all of his past economic performance, and then he put forward what he's going to do next. He successfully defended tariffs against a ridiculous attack from Joe Biden, who said that they were a tax on the middle class. And he got an assist from Joe Biden because Joe Biden just lied about the economy over and over and over again. And that's really damaging because look at what Joe said. I'm the truth teller. That's what Barack Obama said. They're trying to sell him as the truth teller. The very first question was about the economy. Why do people feel why do people feel they were better under Trump than Biden? And Biden said, when I took over, the economy was in ruins.
Yeah, he always says that.
But it was not in ruins. We had grown 33%. We grew 4%. Right. We grew 5% of the 3 quarters leading up.
No, that's exactly right.
You put it right when you were in the White House, Larry. You said V-shaped recovery is happening.
And we were, Kevin Hassett and I were just working the numbers. If the numbers weren't there, we couldn't have said that, but the numbers were there. And even oddly enough, and Trump made this point, that I'm going to argue that Trump corporate tax cuts is responsible for what little economic benefit and advantage we've seen in the last 3 years. It's not the big government spending, it's the corporate tax. I mean, those tax cuts are still in place.
It was a huge benefit that when we had the crisis, which you guys couldn't have foreseen, that we had a reason for businesses to invest in growth in the future because they had a favorable tax regime that you put in place.
David Webb, I want to show this. We're going to play this sound one more time. Biden freezing up and Trump's response. Let's look at this. Roll some tape, please.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
So there's 2 things here that are very interesting to me. One is Biden's incoherence.
Right.
Not the only time last night, but that was a big time. The second one was Trump's clever response and riposte.
Because
that is very interesting.
Look, and people know this who've known Trump for some time. He's a bit of a comedian, so he's got that quick wit. He's well trained in the media. Think about The Apprentice. He knows how to throw in a line. But what's really scary there is what confused all of us watching this. What was Biden actually talking about? Total ban. The fact is that they tried to prep him, I believe, for 6 days for short-term memory recall so he could try to get Trump and get him offline and maybe get a little emotion. That cutting off the mic benefited Trump because now Donald focused, President Trump, let me be clear about this. We got to call him on the air. He focused on getting it across. Did he get every single point perfect? Nobody does in a debate. You and I have seen too many debates over the years. But he was able to counter and say, look, what I had and what you're lying about. By the way, Joe Biden started out in his first answer with a lie.
Yeah.
And he supported more lies, the Charlottesville lie. Even Snopes finally had to own up to that. So across the board, he continually lies, and then he goes out and spends the night at a Waffle House or wherever he went for a few minutes to call Trump a liar. He's trying to drive narrative. What Trump did last night, and I think this is important, he reached beyond the base. Both men have their base.
Right.
And Trump was able to reach beyond the base and talk to Americans who are living with higher food and fuel prices. Inflation numbers came out today. Look at them.
And he was very, to this point, I mean, I think to some extent the muting of the mic helps Trump, saves him from himself in some circumstances. But he was so clever, he had so much aplomb, and he was so straight. He was the common sense guy.
Right.
Saying stuff that made sense. Biden was like the off the wall. I mean, with that clip, we played it in the first segment, Biden talking about your in-laws or your spouse. This is about attacking women, for example. That wasn't what the issue was. The issue was immigrants committing horrific crimes. Biden's like going off on this riff, and he should have been pulled on national security grounds.
Another analogy you could use here is boxing and sparring, right? Trump's been sparring. He's out there campaigning far more than Biden. And let me make one final point. Biden did a speech today in North Carolina, and social media is absolutely hilarious today because you have liberals saying, where was that Joe Biden last night? He's awesome. He's on point. That's because he's reading a teleprompter. That's teleprompter, Joe. Those things are written for him. Debate Joe has to think for himself, and nothing is written for him. That's the real Joe Biden. That's
think about
the difference.
Joe Biden in a meeting with Xi Jinping. There's no teleprompter. You got to think on your
Oh, boy.
feet.
Yeah.
You all are coming back on the radio tomorrow. So Joe Concha, David Webb, and John Carney. So I'm so guilty.